Hi everyone, welcome to Medicine Note YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see about the muscle of pharynx. It consists of longitudinal muscle and circular muscle. The muscle of the pharynx generally consists of a longitudinal muscle as well as the circular muscle. The longitudinal muscles are otherwise known as extrinsic muscle. These muscles are salpingopharyngeus, stylopharyngeus and palatopharyngeus. The stylopharyngeus developed from the third arch mesoderm. The nerve is innervated by the ninth nerve. Salpingopharyngeus from the auditory tube to the posterior border of the thyroid cartilage. The nerve innervated is pharyngeal plexus of the ninth and 10th nerve and the sympathetic plexus. Now the palatopharyngeus from the plate of the posterior border of the thyroid cartilage. From the palate to the posterior border of the thyroid cartilage. The nerve is cranial accessory, origin is fourth arch, action is elevates the pharynx. The circular muscle, which is superior, middle as well as inferior constrictor of the pharynx. These are the circular muscles: superior constrictor of pharynx, middle constrictor of pharynx and inferior constrictor of the pharynx. These are the circular muscle. Now you will see the inferior constrictor of pharynx. It consists of two parts. This inferior constrictor of pharynx consists of two parts, which is cricopharyngeus part and thyropharyngeus part. This cricopharyngeus part is otherwise called circular part or sphincteric part. The origin is from the outer surface of the lamina of the cricoid cartilage behind the cricothyroid muscle. The origin is from the lamina of the cricoid cartilage behind the cricothyroid muscle. The insertion is from the medial longitudinal raphe of the pharynx. The action is sphincteric action, prevents the regurgitation of food as well as vomiting. Thyropharyngeus part, or it is known as oblique part. It helps in propulsive part. It is a propulsive part and propels the food down. It helps to swallow the food. The origin is from the outer surface of the lamina of the cricoid cartilage behind the oblique line. It is also from the lamina of the cricoid cartilage but behind the oblique line. Inserted in the median fibrous raphe. In between these two pharyngeus, thyropharyngeus as well as cricopharyngeus, there is a potentially weak area which is known as Kylen's dehiscence. This area, due to incoordination of the two parts of the muscle, causes food may protrude this dehiscence and descends, and this causes lateral diverticulum of the pharynx. Now we will see the relation. The lower border is with recurrent laryngeal nerve and the inferior laryngeal artery. The upper border is separated by the superior laryngeal artery and internal laryngeal nerve and the lower fibers of the middle constrictor of the pharynx. The nerve supply is recurrent laryngeal nerve, external laryngeal nerve and pharyngeal plexus. Now we will see about the middle constrictor of pharynx. The middle constrictor of pharynx consists of chondropharyngeus and creatopharyngeus. The chondropharyngeus origin is from the lesser corona of the hyoid bone and the creatopharyngeus origin is from the stylohyoid ligament. Now the insertion is both are inserted into the median fibrous raphe of the pharynx. The nerve is pharyngeal plexus. The action sends down the food and the propulsive movement. The both are originated, the chondropharyngeus and creatopharyngeus. The chondropharyngeus originated from the lesser corona of the hyoid bone and the creatopharyngeus is originated from the stylohyoid ligament. They are both are inserted in the median fibrous raphe of the pharynx. And the nerve which is supplied is pharyngeal plexus. The action is to send the food down and the propulsive movement. Now we will see the relation. The inferior border, it is separated by inferior constrictor of pharynx by the superior laryngeal artery and the internal laryngeal nerve. This separates the middle constrictor of pharynx from the inferior constrictor of the pharynx. The upper border, This separates the superior constrictor of pharynx from the middle constrictor of pharynx, which separates means the stylopharyngeus muscle as well as the glossopharyngeal nerve. Now we will see the superior constrictor of the pharynx. It has three parts, which is myelopharyngeus, glossopharyngeus and pterygopharyngeus. The myelopharyngeus is from the posterior part of the mylohyoid line. The mylohyoid line, the posterior part, which gives the myelopharyngeus. The side of the tongue gives the glossopharyngeus. The pterygopharyngeus forms the posterior border of the pterygomandibular raphe and the pterygoid hamulus. Insertion. These three fibers, all the fibers of the muscle, which is longitudinal as well as circular, are inserted in the medial raphe except the superior constrictor of pharynx, which in the superior constrictor of pharynx, the upper fibers of the superior constrictor of the pharynx. The upper fibers of the superior constrictor of pharynx are inserted in the pharyngeal tubercle. There is a gap between the base of the skull and the upper border called sinus of Morgan. Except the upper fibers, all are inserted into the median fibrous raphe. The upper fibers are inserted into the pharyngeal tubercle. There is a potentially gap between the base of the skull and the upper border called sinus of Morgan. This sinus is covered by the pharyngobasilar fascia. The structure passing through it are auditory tube, levator valli palatine and ascending palatine artery. Thank you. For more videos, please do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. If you have any doubt on it, please do comment it. In next video, we will see about the nerve supply and the artery supply. Thank you.